Hello, and welcome. Darlene A Anderson here, entrepreneur, personal and professional development consultant, author, motivational speaker, and to many of you, your self-direction broker in the state of New York under the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities. Welcome. If you are joining us for the very first time, I appreciate you. If you are a returning viewer, I super appreciate you. The hope is that you continue to return as I am sharing content to help you towards your empowered movements. I'm excited about today's topic. It's something that is a little taboo that you might be like, Darlene, this is not an exciting topic. This is not a pom-pom, balloon type, blow your horns topic. It definitely isn't. But I think it's something that should be discussed a little bit more in more open forums as well as in your households. And that is advanced directives. I've worked with various populations in need that included intensive case management for the mentally ill population, HIV/AIDS, general medical care. I've worked with children with work readiness, an array of different populations I've had the pleasure of working with. One of the concentrated things that always breaks my heart is the passing of a client or a loved one. It's inevitable. Everyone will experience that at one point or another in their lives. And we will experience that at one point or another in our lives, right? But the thing is that your legacy should extend not just in the works that you've done, not just in financial, beneficiaries, but also in ensuring that the manner in which you cared for your loved ones, for caregivers, is maintained as best as possible. And putting things in place where the person that has to come behind you for the person that you provided care for that didn't have a voice can now become their advocate, can now be their voice in your absence. And that starts with not just doing advanced directives inclusive of maybe wills or proxies or life insurance, but also drawing out how you want the care for your elderly parent to remain, how you want the care for your disabled child, your children, period, that they have to go on in life for a couple of decades in your absence. It's more than just setting up, as I mentioned, those immediate things that we know about, inclusive of trust as well. It's sitting down and saying, hey, who's going to be the person that's going to be listed in that guardianship for those of you that have children with IDD or maybe mental health challenges or medical challenges, and you need to do guardianship over them where they're going to always need oversight. They're going to always need you to advocate for them. You have to put down a secondary guardian, right? Who's going to be that secondary guardian? Who's going to be that third guardian? Where is the paperwork for somebody to come behind you as it relates to where they seek medical care, where they go to school at, all of these things? And I reference these things because I work with a lot of elderly single parents that have adult children that all they know, these children, is their care. And these parents will transition. And if these children don't have siblings to step in, if they don't have, sometimes their own children, because there are disabled children and disabled adults that have their own children, right? Now those stories are different, but they might not have anybody to support them. The city or state will have to step in, and your loved one will be in a residential facility until their own transition. Now, in some cases, that is what it has to be. But there are also some cases where that's not what it has to be. It's just literally sitting down and saying, hey, I've done the guardianship, my daughter, my son, my neighbor, somebody, this is what they have to do. It's saying that, hey, this is the information for the care manager that I receive services for. This is where they go to day hab. This is where, they like to eat. This is where they go to the medical doctor. All of these things should be in the same place where you have, again, your life insurance, your living will, and things of that nature. Because when you transition, the worst thing, and I've seen this, is to have someone come in and remove an adult child out of their environment where that's all they're used to, if in fact it was other options. One story that really touched my heart: a couple of years ago, I received a call from a colleague of mine, and she said that one of her clients was preparing to transition. She had a life expectancy of less than a year. And she wanted to put services in place for the client, her son, who had autism, in her absence. She wanted to ensure that when she transitioned from this physical realm, that her son had a good care provider. That meant speaking to people and saying that this is what the status was of her own care and what the life expectancy was, and putting services in place and asking who would like to take care of him, literally being uprooted and moving into her apartment so that he can finish school and he can continue her services for at least a year as they worked out, okay, is this the best place for him? Should I move him with me? What should I do? Someone literally said, I will be responsible. I will be responsible. And the documentation began. They had meetings with the care managers where the care manager knew that this would be the appointed person. They did documentation through their county to where this would be the appointed person. All things were put in place to where when she transitioned in peace, knowing that her son would be cared for. And that is what I believe everyone should be doing, that when you are responsible for someone, whether it's a young person or an older person, if you are 100% responsible for them, then it is your responsibility to ensure while you are here that these things are put in place in the event of an untimely transition. I wanted to come out and share about it. We don't talk about these things as much, but we really, really should. Documentation should be put in a place where people can find it easily. It should not be in a place where they were going to find it like 10 decades later. It should be easily accessible so that, again, the person that has to pick up the torch and carry it can do it with ease, and ensuring that your loved one that remains, the service of care that they're going to get is going to continue as if you were here. I hope that gave a little insight, especially for those that are not having these type of conversations, that we can begin to have these conversations. I will provide resources accordingly for you to reference independently. But as I've stated, these are my own views, my own experiences. I encourage you to follow up with the proper authorities so that you will get more information specific to your needs so you can continue your empowered movements. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you out here for the next Empowered Movement episode. Until then, be well.